Hi guys, it's Rana from onlinerana.com with a new video tutorial on TMG server overview. In a previous video, we have overviewed detail of our TMG server. So let's jump back to our server where we quit off. So in a previous video, we left on a user how we can include a single user in a TMG. Okay, content types and schedules, and more important is network chats. We can create our networks, built-in networks that are in a network sets, computer set, address ranges, subnets, and URL sets. Most of the time I will spend now on that network objects container. So URL categories set, domain name, web listener, and server. The most important is network. So when you install your TMG, there are only 3 and 4 network. External network, internal. External is your WAN interface. Internal LAN, it is your internal LAN card of TMG. It's internal LAN. So localhost is the TMG itself. It is it's called its interface and VPNs. Okay, network sets, uh, all networks, all protected networks, friendly. So this is not our concern for that. So computers, you can computers. If you want to create a computer, click on right. What do you want to create? Network sets, computer, address name, subnet, computer set, URL category set, URL set, domain name set. So all you can go create all that stuff. So address ranges, just like I have created allow all. So you can find that range from here, allow all this range, so you can create it. Okay, how you can create all that stuff, just this is an overview. I have created all that stuff in detail. You can go on my website onlinerana.com and go to a download, and there is a implementation of secure network using Windows and Linux. All that stuff has been there. You can go and watch that stuff. So uh, and take all this stuff how you gonna go it. So let me um, let me pause my video. I'm back. Let's move to our slide. Okay, we can computer sets, always the address ranges, subnets, and URL sets. So you're gonna see blog sites. I've created a URL sets and URL categories. These are the built-in categories that you can restrict or block. Not over here, you can create your own. You do not need to create your own scripts and make that. So TMG provides all the categories that you wanna go to block. As I have said, block, botnet, chat, and this one. So you can find from there. Here, okay. URL category sets all the business communication enterprise. If you want to block that site, you can find from there. And domain name set, if you want to block some domains, so you have to create a domain set here. How you can create it from right here. So very simple. Web listener, if you want to go publish your web server, you have to create a web listener. How we can create web listener, we will see it shortly. Okay, suppose what I want to create. Okay, suppose I want to create an address range. Name your address range, test, address range. So give the IP range 123.100 dot 240 128.3.100.250. So description test block type is so okay, it will create the test arrange. So very simple. If you're gonna block some domains, go to domain set, create block domains. So add, click on add. What domain do you want to block? Suppose I want to block all.online rana.com. Everything from rana, whether it is a subdomain or other domains, you can grow a wildcard static in front of you. So if you want to block after the domain, so online rana.org, everything behind after that online rana first domain dot, so you can block it. So suppose which one I want to add, so click on it, the domain will be added. And if you want to add more, rename another one, www.izaserver.org. This is a very comprehensive site on Iza server. So I got a lot of stuff from that site, so you can add just like that. You can create your domain set. So I do not go to do it. Okay, if you want a URL set, same like that, you can create a URL set. So if you want to particularly blog a single page of any website, so you can get its URL, complete path name, and give it. So you're gonna go okay. What else? Okay, let's jump to our rules. First rule is the HTTPS. So you want to allow internet traffic to all of your users, so click on it. So before, let me create how to click, and you can create your access rule. So simple, create access rule, test rule, name it, next, allow or deny. If you want to deny a traffic, so you everything you can set. There is a two option only, allow or deny. So I'm gonna allow. Okay, select protocols, selected protocols. If you all outbound traffic, you want to allow or block all outbound traffic, you can select it. If you want to single protocol, you can select it. All outbound traffic except selected, so all outbound traffic except the selected will be blocked or allowed. Suppose if you want to allow all outbound traffic, so all outbound traffic, nothing left. If you want to select some protocols, select your protocol, which protocol you want to allow or allow. So suppose HTTPS, I want to allow it, so add it, simple, close it, and go next, and enable malware inspection for rule. Okay, so it will inspect every traffic, every packet that will go your firewall towards site will inspect it. Again next, so there are no network jabs in that rule, so I have to create network jabs. Create which networks from internal and next, and where the traffic will goes outside from internal to external. So add it, close it. Next, all user are selected user. See it. So I have just recently explained, you can select all user. By default it will be all user. If you want to create a new user, you can create from here. Okay, a specific user. So next, so this will the list will gonna go you. This will this way you can go create your role. Okay, here we have set our protocols. Okay, can select. I do not want. So this way you can create a your rule. Okay, now let's have a look of, you can, if you want to disable a rule, right click and go to disable. If you want to move up, move down this rule, so you can move up. So make sure you have a sequence of your rules. So by default there will be end, all the traffic that will not match your rule will die here. At the end of that, after the 14 rule, there is a rule of deny. When your traffic doesn't match any of that rule, it will be go discarded by that rule. So we have to adjust the rule according to our sequence. Okay, go to, okay, copy this the same rule and you want to create another rule same like that, you can create it. So we are going to discuss HTTP and HTTPS, configure HTTP. So all the network restrictions will be goes in that HTTP HTTPS protocol and under that configuration. So there are 5: journal, methods, extensions, headers, signatures. So suppose that this is the default request header. Whenever request generated from a user, what will be the length of that header? So it is the default length of TMG. Has said any length that will cross that limit, it will be considered as a threat for TMG, so it will block it. So request payload, any allow any payload length. So if your user want how much data you want to allow your user to upload from your internal network to other network. If you set it any upload, say any data data from any storage can be uploaded. If you want to restrict it, so you can give the limits, how much data, 1 MB, 2 MB, 3 MB, 4 MB, what else. You have to give it in bytes. So tell the TMG will consider it a threat if it will pass through that limit. Okay, URL, a maximum URL length, this is this limit, this limit. Verify normalization, this is very important. Any escape character that will go into your URL or any other thing. So if you set it, check it, so it will block the escape characters like $sign and forward slash and all that all this is character that gonna use in the databases. So you access your data by queries. So you have to if you set it verify normalization, it will escape. So block ibit is not our concern. So executable, so this is the important. So if you want to block all execution and no one on your network will download anything, a file that is extension.exe executable cannot download any exe file from the internet. So you have to check that block responses containing Windows executable client. So when you check it, so no one can download anything with the extension of .exe. So methods, here is our method. there are two methods in a URL, which one is a get and post. So with the method post, everything is written in your URL, and when you use a get method, so the everything uh, will not be hidden in your URL. So it's a big concept of programming get and post method. So this is used for upload. User can upload or not your data. So user can put the request through post method. A user can upload any data using this method of post. So you're gonna go restricted. Blog specified method, you can see allow all method, allow only a blog. I have blog a post method. My user cannot post anything from my internal network to outside the world. So this way you can block all the uploads of method by post. If you wanna block all methods, the get and post, all the method will be blocked, and user cannot upload a single bit of your data to the external world. So extension, if you want to block extension, you may have to specify the extension. So I have just like .exe. I have block my executable file from here. Also I have express in index extension. I have blocked the torrent and extension and exe. You can add any more extension .pdf. if you want to block a PDF, a user cannot download a PDF file, so you may add it. So if you want to download, cannot download MP3 songs, add it. WMV, any file extension, the specific file extension that you want to block, you can block it. So I'm not gonna go it. Remove. Okay, the next one is headers. What it is, headers, cricket, sex. So we have a two header. When the request generated from user a web-based traffic port using a port 80, and when the header um, uh, when the header contain the any content that matches to my cricket and sex, it will block it. So when request is generated, you know the header, every detail of checksum of data is add with the packet. It's a header detail, and which carries a application port number and content. When it is when there is a return of any content of header containing a word, sex or cricket, it will block it. So this is a short way of blocking a content, making a optimization of content filtering. So one way you can block domains, URL, and when through header request and through content of body. So these are the parameters when request is generated. You can also signatures. I have used their signature. So cricket, pawn, messengers. These are the signature that you can use the specific signature that the vendor you have provided. So suppose I have blocked messengers, so Yahoo Messenger, Microsoft All, and let me check it what it include. So you can see these are the signature which you can Google it and find the every application it has its signature. uh, they will provide. So I have blog signature, Netscape, and message.yahoo.com, Kaza, BitTorrent, so Bearshare. So bit these are the signature. So you can set it and can block it. So these application through that signature will everything is blocked. If you want to do a content filtering, so when a body contain takes content of that word, it will go block it. So let me explain. Pawn, go to edit. So I have set pawn name pawn. So when signatures search criteria, when where it search that word pawn, request URL, URL request any specific URL. When it is live in a URL, it will block it. If it is a request header, when the request this word pawn is contain a header, it will block it. A request body. So when you select it request body, it will check that word in request body. So in a body, some content is sending through body, so it will make a mm, restriction on that. uh, Other one is response header, response body. uh, you can block the things when the request is generated and somehow the user use any tricky I think blocking your proxy goes changing the DNS and something some way, anyhow it will get the request entertained. So when the request pass through your URL, your TMG firewall is bypass your TMG firewall and request is sending. So how we can make a block get request. So we also can set the signature on response when request sent to the server and getting back and taking response. So you can filter make apply a filtration on response header or response body. So mm, give the signatures sex pawn date and name sex pawn date. These are the words that I am gonna go filter through my request header URL anything body. So I set it to URL thing. So you can content filter your content. So TMG gives a very handy uh, filter URL filtering and other thing because I use another firewall PF sense which is I do not find anything yet how can block a content based filtration on PF sense. So it but TMG gives the opportunity to block make filtration on your content. So this is the HTTP and HTTPS rules. Okay, so it makes sense and you will find something from that rule. Okay, HTTPS and next one the most important rule is DNS, which is a very simple as I have described. So I have allowed my DNS traffic from my DNS server to get request entertained from get the query resolved from outer DNS server. So you have to pass your internal DNS server, go outside outside DNS server and find the request and get entertained back. So let's check it. It's go allow action is allow protocols allow all outbound traffic. So from this one to this and this all user. Okay. Mm, let's discuss the ping. So when you want to ping Euro, TMG or other, so just make a rule of allow protocols PNG from internal to localhost. So you can ping your TMG. Okay. What more important is mm, yes, this one is very simple. You can allow your all your internal network to allow all the traffic. Action is allow protocols all outbound traffic from ev- every traffic from internal to internal will be passed. Internal to internal. So user or user. Okay. What next? access RDP. So very simple, it's a rule to perform action allow protocols RDP terminal services RDP terminal service server. I have remote procedure calls, so you can pass that protocol if you want to remotely access your internal network and including the TMG from internal network to internal network and local host. You can add your network from here, so not a problem. Okay, and before that you have to do define a subnet mask in your remote. Let me where it is protocols remote terminal. So in the remote terminal there will be a RDP terminal services. Where it is I think toolbox. Network objects. Where the hell it is? Let me search. Okay, it is not in there. Okay, let's pass our mails. Double click action allow protocol POP3 SMTP or your mails from internal to external will be passed. So the one thing I have left in the previous lecture, so how you can allow your Outlook to go allow your Outlook internet email. Yeah, if you want Outlook to do send and receive emails, so one thing is I think is networking, networks, and configure forefront TMG client setting. So you have to configure forefront TMG setting. Here you can go see where is Outlook. Here, so I have make the value 0. So it is by default 1, value is 1. When you set it to 0, the Outlook behind the firewall on any computer of your network can send and receive emails through Outlook. Otherwise you can stuck with your Outlook emails. So this is the more important. I have spent more time on that when I was configuring a TMG. I faced a issue of Outlook. I cannot send my and receive my emails uh, through Outlook uh, behind the firewall. So when I Google it and search many articles, read many articles, um, some mm, uh, some of them explain that issue, how you can resolve that issue. So go to networking for client access, TMG client access setting, and make your Outlook value from 1 to 0. So from 1 to 0, remember that. Okay, let's jump back to our firewall policy. What's left? Web server. Let's open it. If you want to configure your web server, because I have a website behind my that firewall, I have to pass that website. Go from outside user can access that my website. So action is allow from external, because the external user can get my network in and get the resource of website. So from external to that my website, you have to pass the IP. Request appear to come with the property TMG traffic, HTTP protocol traffic, and listener will be TMG listener or any other listener. So here is a PTCL and TMG listener and public name, whatever you can pass, and give the internal path of wildcard, can access root directory or not. Yes. Authentication, you can set your authentication or not. Application setting, didn't set it. So if you want it, you can Google it and you can make your web server alive. Okay, what else left? I think most of the things are completed. Okay, let's take a look of dashboard. So errors, warnings, monitoring. So this is the web access policy. All your web rules are defined here. What else I can make it? Okay, the last one, how we can take a backup of TMG. So you can take back of your TMG, right click and import or export. So you can export backup. Next, export confidential information. If you want to give a username and password of your data file, so you can make it give your password to the file. So if you want, then when you want to restore your backup, you have to give the password. If you want to not use the password, export user permission setting. So not anyone selected, so no password will select. Save the data to the file where you want to save it. Suppose desktop, and I name it TMG backup. Name it. Okay, and next. And when you finish it, it will let be finish it. It's exporting. all this setting of your TMG will be exported. It's a best practice. Whenever you want to change your firewall, first take backup and apply or test any rule or anything on your firewall. So the best way is make your virtual environment and take all the testing in your virtual environment, then apply your live production environment. So now we can uh, restore our backup. Just go next, file the TMG backup. Just I have created, open it. So file name this one. Next, so import, select if the file is imported used to restore the configuration. With this option, select information in the file will be added to the existing configuration or otherwise override. So what you gonna go tell this or no? Okay, I'm gonna cancel it. Okay, so let's jump back to our firewall policy. Okay, this is all from TMG overview. If you have any query, so you can make me email rana.shadat@outlook.com. So before I'm leaving my this one, let me show you the resource. If you want to configure, if you want to build all the network from scratch, so I am sharing my resource. I have shared, uploaded to my website, and you can go find it, and you can build all the network. Mm, Here is my website. Uh, you can find an article on Microsoft Windows Server 2008 R2 group policy. If you want to read it, go ahead read it. Samba server, how you can configure install at Samba server in Red Hat. You can go find it. FTP server in a Red Hat and a CentOS. So is a brief article on that. You can find all this stuff. Active Directory, how DNS work, DHCP in Windows Server 2008, 12, uh, Active Directory installation configuration. Much stuff is there. You can find it. Okay, go to download. Here is the link. Implementation of enterprise secure network using Windows Server 2000 R2 and Linux RG. Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So you can go find it and download it. It's more than I think 250 pages of all that stuff. Each and everything I by step I have written and explain with diagrams with everything, and you can go check it and make your stuff. Go and download it. It will take you to the path. So basically it was my project uh, and which I have done in my last semester. So I make it available to all my users. So where is the preface? Um, Let me read some abstract for you. Wait a minute. Where is content area? So you can see I have made a diagram and everything. Let me go to so here is the table of contents. Chapter 1, creating a secure network, Windows deployment, uh, sorry for Windows deployment and Windows Server 2000 network structure configuration, DHCP, DHCP translation, active stop, DHCP option, active directory administration, software deployment using group policy, how to create zap files, and so on. Chapter 2, creating a secure network in Linux. So before the ISA server 2004, I have established that server feature of ISA server. So much is written in that article. Go to onlineanand.com and go to downloads and find download the stuff. It's free of cost, and you can also find my web development course. So that's all. Take care. Bye bye.